ministry.
Right.
Pastor Bryant, I love you and I love your work.
Yes.
This is Keep It Moving with Marsha Jews. This is Pastor Jamal Bryant with the Empowerment Temple in Baltimore. Pastor, you've been from Ferguson to Florida,
yes,
and everywhere in between.
Right.
You've answered the call. You've answered everybody's call. You've
Right.
heard it, and it is your gift. Tell us why this is so important for us to be here today.
It shows that Ferguson, Missouri, Sanford, Florida is not a fluke or isolation. It's reflective that it's worldwide or nationwide. Anytime while we're marching, Philadelphia rises up, New York rises up, Boston rises up, is because there's a Freddie Gray in every major city.
Right.
And so when we're marching, it's not for an individual, it's for the principle that we've got to do something to eradicate this injustice that's impacting African Americans across the country.
But you also mentioned, I listened to your service today, and you start giving us statistics about black women.
Yes.
And the numbers of not only black men that are filling our prisons across this nation who
Yes.
are on NASDAQ.
Right.
They're also filling these prisons with women of color. Can you talk about black women in
Yes.
prison?
In the last 10 years, the population of black women in prison has risen by 674%. 1 out of 19 African American women are on some kind of supervision of the penal system, whether that's parole, probation, jail, or prison. And so we have made black men the face of incarceration, but the reality is women now are going to jail at faster rates than black men. And as a consequence, our churches and our prison ministries can't just target men because our sisters are being forgotten.
And aren't you saying to us that also women are being shackled?
Yes.
And they're being handcuffed while they're going through delivery?
In 37 states, it is legal in the United States for a mother who is giving birth while incarcerated to be shackled to the table while in delivery. In all 50 states, it is legal that when the mother gives birth, she does not, by law, have the right to hold the child. They can take the child immediately, and whether they can give it to social services or to a grandmother or foster care without them giving an opportunity to connect. It is absolutely immoral and inhumane that we treat our prisoners on this way as if they have absolute zero human rights.
What is your takeaway for us today? What should we leave here today? Because I know your speech is going to be powerful.
There are two different levels. Number one, to Baltimore, that we are very clear an indictment is not a conviction. There are those who want to celebrate, and we caution them not to celebrate too early because we still have a long process. Trayvon Martin's mother was here marching with us Friday, and she reminded the crowd on North Avenue that also George Zimmerman went to trial, but he walked free. So it's very important that those who are part of this movement are in for the long haul because we got a long journey ahead of us.
Thank you so much, Pastor Jamal Bryant, the Empowerment Temple. This is Marsha Jews with Keep It Moving, WEAA 88.9 FM in Baltimore at Morgan State University. Thank you, sir.